Okay, I don't think there'd be anybody in here, but basically, I why did I do that in that way? Okay, and then this. Oh, 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 there we go. Okay, there we go. Good, good, good. Okay, I have to speak kind of quietly, semi-quietly, which you can. I'm pretty sure you can still hear me. And I had to get in a little bit, at least maybe at least an hour. So an hour from now, about 11:45, 11:50, maybe 10 minutes short of midnight. I have to completely log off, get off, and everything. So about an hour. But I wanted to get something finished up because I gotta rename some of these. Let's go over to here and let's do a there we go. This. Uh-oh. It looks like what was the last date I decided state and over time I cited CITED, I think, not cited with SI, cited April 2nd. Again, we lost a whole dang day. This is Friday, and in fact, I got my two. Dang it. I got my two sessions in today, and right now I'm doing a 1 hour bonus stream. Now, I guess I better start a new conversation. Might have to use another AI or something. I am not sure. So I'll pull the transcripts for today in the new combo. Chat. I'm continuing Enchanted, and this time I swapped chapters 14 and 15. So now 14 is searching for the vacation ancestors at Berry College. And 15 is now the old conclusion to the werewolf storyline. Let me see. So we lost both sessions of today's conversation, so I'm going to have to pull up the transcripts and see if I can't paste them in here. Um, I already got 13 done, and I'm on 14, but let me pull up the video transcripts to give you an idea. Okay, today is Friday, April 3rd, 2026, and about 10:45 p.m. EDT. Give me a few moments to pull up today's transcripts. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get today's transcripts. Here, shoot, let's just do it in here. I don't care. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to the channel dashboard here, and we'll go to content. Go to live. We'll go to part 1, and I think I'm gonna use LibreOffice. Still want to call it OpenOffice, but LibreOffice. And I want to pull this up. So this is part 1, which was today's earlier session. I'll just pause that. I'll pull this down. Hey, hallelujah, heat over there. It's hey, hallelujah. I don't remember. I don't know what I say in the beginning that this generates as a transcript. So that here, Princess Prep. Asia Princess Prep, and that's okay. Let me look up something though. I'm still under the fire. Okay, so let's just copy the transcript, copy transcript, and I'm gonna go into LibreOffice. I'm gonna hit paste. See how many characters we're doing. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and about 15,000. Okay, copy. Almost exactly 15,000 characters. That's good. Let's go back over here. Here's part 1 of episode. Here's the first part of the episode 285, part 1 transcript. With more to come. Okay. Now let's do the second part. Start from here. That is 15,000 characters. Copy. Here's the second part of the part 1 transcript. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and new text document. I'll go ahead and toss these afterwards, but let's go ahead here. Let's go back. Let's go to part 2. Let's go to the thing. And let us pause the thing. Okay. That transcript. Paste. About the same thing. It'd be about to 38. That's okay. Interesting. Control C. Okay. Here's the first part of episode 285, part 2 transcript. And then Control C. Here is the second half of part 2. Okay. Okay, so taking all 4 of these into account, can you give me a summary of where we are now? I realize that some of the transcript doesn't make sense because it was auto translated, but we can get the gist or use context. Settle on 5-beat, which fits a variable pattern from earlier chapters. The beats are now grouped logically. Beat 1, 2, planning session, the infiltration begins. Doors has the brain question, passphrase, beat 4, lost in a good book, counts discovery. Okay. We have overall 5-beat skeleton with the first 3 beats mostly written in our sketch in the stream. Beat 3 has 2 light decision points. Like prep versus direct and safe versus risky passphrase. You still need to finish polishing the exact wording for beats 4 through 5 and decide on final room page styles. Chapter now ends on a solid mini cliffhanger with the count's escape and realization and flows naturally in the rescue operation previously start of the old chapter 16. Okay, you don't need to do that. I just needed you on the same page. It seems like whenever I hit the context window limit on a chat, my particular chat, that it will lose whole chunks of conversation from the front. That is the most recent chats. So I had to start a new combo and feed you the transcripts. Okay, let's just go ahead and we're going to close, don't save, and don't save here. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so what I need to do is I'm kind of running out of time now. I mean already, right? Favorites. Let's open that up. Let us. Okay, here we are, and I was going to do Be All That You Can Be, which is fine. This is not the infiltration though anymore. Actually, and that's not Fairy Guy Rescue. And then Lost in the Good Book is the only proper name. Okay, in the beginning name. These three don't quite match. Looks like each 2, 3, and 4 have wrong titles to them, so I need to fix that. The infiltration begins, therefore the princess goes in. Yes. Sucked into a book. Okay. The princess goes in. Beat 3, beat 4. That's okay, that's a thought. Um yeah. uh the best lead plans. You know, this is a funny thing. I don't think I'll do that because I'll have to change the room name. But let's say, here. Okay. Um, let's go to here. Let's go into rooms. And we're going to go all the way down to chapter 14. I think for B2, which is the planning stage, I'll call it the best laid plans. Meaning a reference to the line best laid plans of mice and men. Funny thing is, I don't know the actual full statement or where it's from. Mice and Men, Gang Apt Ugly from Robert Burns' poem To a Mouse. Yeah, ironic, often go awry. By bits. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking that if I had enough room, it would make the file name and whatever else too long. I was going to say the best laid plans of bats and women. I could say bats and princesses. And I still might put it in the title field. A fun on theme twist that works great in the title field where you have more space looking at the ID file name. Okay. We're gonna start with that. Do that. Okay. Yeah, often go awry. The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry, I guess. Anyways, was I okay? Right. Plans of bats and women. Okay. And this is the only one that I'm doing like this, doing an extra long, extra long title, just to be funny. Now, this is where we're gonna get tricky because I gotta call this the best laid plans. Okay. And then save it, and then up in here and do best laid plans that. Wait. Yeah, okay. Best laid plans. The best laid plans. Okay, so now I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save room data. Then I'm gonna scene reload save scene. So why is the infiltration still there? And how come T2 T2 page 0, right? Oh, the best laid planes, sorry. No, not. Okay, let's go in here. Rename. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let's delete. Delete. Uh, Reload save scene. Of course. How come that is not what happened to the door? 14 T2 page 0. The best laid plans. T2 P0. Best laid. Why is that still? Oh, fine. Because the ID is still there. S. Save room data. Reload save scene. That's what I thought. Okay. Best laid plans. Alright. I think I had this straight up. I think that's how I had it. Not sure, but I think that's how I had that. T3. I'll think I'll leave Karen Tourist Princess. For beat 3, I actually had Karen Tourist Princess. And it seems to still work. Okay. Uh, Now, I do need second side. Incinerator. Tell. Barely able to tell from within the handbag. From within the like it doesn't. Um, so, give me a brief description of beat 4, please. Let's see if it comes up with the right thing here. No, the count doesn't escape in beat 5, honestly. Beat 5. Okay, so let's just here. Uh, Lost in a Good Book. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, let's recent. You know what? Yeah, let's do something here. Let's make sure that Fairy God Rescue. Yeah, let's check. Uh, Wait a second. Oh, that's old version, old version, old version, new version. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking at. Oh, okay. I need to change some of these. I didn't actually do the changing here, but I'm going to compare. There, we can just do that. So then I can compare the all that you could be. So I'm going to compare and make sure that these match here. Hubert James Jack and the Man. Hubert sends John and Sir William to night school to inform them and enlist their help. John and Sir William arrive at night school. They convince most of the knights in night training to join them in the fight. Max's armies. Then they leave to go back to the Bats and Belfry. Okay, that's good. That's good for that. Then let's go ahead and go to best laid plans. Let's look at that one first. And let's compare the two. The Princess, Count Hubert all sit in the lobby at the Bats and Belfry. They decide to rescue the vacation fairy godmothers and vacation princesses and start making plans. Count makes a deal with the princess to help him find a mate if he helps her with finding the princesses. Count then hides in her handbag in bat form. Princess goes back to Princess. Okay. That's because, alright, decides where to go first. Um, still starts towards Fairy God College. Okay. So, alright. So what do we got here? Let me look at this again. Uh, Student Fairy Guide College. She knocks on the front door. Someone else asks if there are any questions. She gives a few goofy answers. Just behind the door says, "Come back when you have a burning question to answer." Okay. Uh, okay, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and pull this one up. Just prep. And make sure that jives with the text here. Karen decides to check out Princess Prep to see if there are any clues. Put the note on the door. Remember shown file. She then goes to Fairy God Culture. Okay, that's fine. Then we get to this, and what we want to do here is this one. Because even this is a little bit different than what I just did here. This says the note with the password. Okay, that's all in. Princess gets into Fairy Guide College with the password, then has to throw her bag into the box. Realize Violet had a crush on. Try something risky. Okay. Uh, okay. Thinks for a moment. On the other side of the door, and tells her prepare it for red and to give it to Karen. Okay. And this one. Wait a second. One, two, three. Oh, I see. And then we switched it back. The apprentice gets into Fairy God College with password. Box with her, and the handbag goes into another room. Okay. She's already got in there. Oh, I see. I see. The Countess barely able to make out from within the handbag before being thrown in. The Count causes the attendant to trip, and then the Count escapes. And then leaves the incinerator room back the highway hall and hides in the shadows. Then the last one, the Count spots a girl in the library, going into the library, and that's our last one. Okay. So Where is Deja Princess Prep? Did I? What's the deal here? Any clues? Oh, right. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Title 3, page 0. I see, page 0. Uh, okay, instead of Fairy God Rescue, though, it's got to be changed to something else. I have to rename it. Annoying. Why did I turn that? Okay. So something funky going on here. One, two, three. Okay. What about the incinerator room? Taken to the library. Okay. Let's see something here. What? Okay. This is still correct, right? The princess is taken to the library. Well, I wonder something here, though. There's a thing here. All right. I'm gonna go based on the text that I already have in here, like this. Not exactly the same here, but okay. Here's beat for actually, but I need to change its name. Okay. Meanwhile, the box reaches room. Count's Discovery. I like the Count's Discovery as a name, even though what did I use for that? Lost in a good book. I might call this the Count's Discovery, but I don't know what I said. What did I just say? The looks opens one. Would I name Beat 4 also a good book? Because Beat 5 is just the count discovering. So the count's discovery is actually probably a pretty good. No, I would name it Lost in a Good Book. To the library, the book trap. Well, that's what 5 is called, but really, it is the count's discovery. Hmm. The taking print to scare. Yeah. The Princess Trap. The Parent Trap. The Princess Trap. Hmm. Princess Trap. I think sounds better for 4. See, it's short and punchy, ominous adventure game feel. Let me see. Let me go to. Yeah, let me go over here. This one, this one. I, okay. Here, let's just go in here just to make it simple. Okay. I haven't done anything as far as setting up a notebook or uploading files. I'm deciding what name to call a couple of story beats. And even though you don't have much knowledge, I'll give you the text and you can give me some ideas. Sound okay? Uh, okay, so I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do it based. I'm gonna actually do it based on this. Okay. Beat 4 of the current chapter 14 now 5 beats total. B beat 5. I've already named Lost in a Good Book, but in a book, but I'm having second thoughts on that name. Okay, and then let's go down to this one. Thoughts. Counts Great Escape. Okay, got it. That's not bad. Out of the bag and into the fire. That's kind of what I've been doing. That's might be a little bit too long. Handbag Havoc and the Hearth 4. Uh, Counts Close Shave with the furnace. A trip to the trash. Shadows and Satchels. Okay. Cover up is linked to the player and the characters literally disappearing on the covers of books. Okay. What do you think about Lost in a Book as a name for beat 5 or even beat 4 for that matter? It's weird that what these AIs get kind of stuck on, because you'll say something and they'll refer to it over and over when I'm not really that interested in it, because I'm not trying to make it like a 90s. I was just saying in the style of 90s adventure games, this is going to be the same kind of genre, the same kind of a game. Doesn't mean that everything has to fit that. Okay. Uh, beat 4. Uh, wait a second. Wait. Uh, that's a good book. And this one. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of calling for the Princess Trap. Effectively, I have two different actions in beat 4. Hmm. I said 11:30. Eight and belts. The princess trap and the count escape. Uh, yeah. I could do a simple trapped because if you think about it, princess trapped in the book, and the count is trapped in the handbag. That's the perfect minimalist title. Skull trap. That's okay. I have a complete story arc, cross plot. It's all forward moving and no dead ends or red herrings, no multiple endings, good or bad, just a single conclusion. It's a CYOA style because of the decision points, but it's not a true not a true CYOA in the strictest sense of the word. It's just a sense of the genre, I guess. Not a string of bottleneck structure. Knotted string is a good one. String of pearls. Trapped. Okay, trapped actually sounds good. Actually sounds good. So okay, I'll leave that. Fairy God Rescue. It's not Fairy God Rescue, although the Fairy God Rescue is in chapter 16, so I can name one of those that if I feel like it. Um, rename that to trapped. And trapped. This for once. Trapped. Actually, it makes it simpler too. It's trapped. I'm going to say in here, we're going to say trapped. Yeah, I'm going to say trapped. That. And then I should be able to scene, reload, save scene. Save scene. Doggone it. Okay. Save room data. I need to go back into, that's actually fine though. I need to go back in the layout tool data and delete those. Chapter 14. Fairy Guide Rescue, right? Delete that one. Also, the good book is fine. Princess Swan. Okay, that's Garen, Tourist Princess. The Infiltration. The Infiltration. Okay, delete that. Yes, and delete the best laid planes. Delete. Okay. So when I do this, okay, 314, and if I go into rooms, 313. Okay, 313. And this is actually 314. Okay, so I still have something funky in here. 17, that's fine. 16. Price of leadership. Suspicious absence. Here. Do a search for R E 00 R. Why can't I do that? Oh, okay, because I renamed that, right? Right? T1, it's not right because that's the name of that. So now they're are 313, which is what they're supposed to be, right? Right, 313. That works, I guess. And it's almost about time for me to go anyways. Okay, scene, reload, save scene. Okay. Trapped. Best laid plans. Okay, and well, let's save room data. Okay. This time it's personal. Okay. Nine nodes selected. Alright. What does this one say? What a princess wants? Okay. I'll do one more thing here, and I'll have Gemini do it. Okay. Okay. Everything is good. However, this is the way B3 works. Um, so at this time, Princess Karen has been to Princess Prep to see some extra clues, and then goes back to Fairy College. Okay, so at the door, she answers the what's the 3 things princesses want most? In a generic way, true love, happy ending, and her charming. However, there's a riskier for the character, not for the player. Screw choice. She could say examination. Well, Max is the villain on which she's had, on which Violet has had a crush on. For ages, and in fact, right now is his right hand woman. Okay. So this is a subtle dig at Violet. Now, this has to play out the same way each method. but when you use the safe version, Violet says to get the special book made for Red, who's now gone, and get it ready to give to Karen. You do the riskier one, then she recognizes her right away and says she's got a special fate for her, which is still the book she had ready for Red. Okay. But they both end up the same way. They get sucked into the book. Same book. I was trying to think if there's a way on the riskier path to put in a decision point in there somewhere, even though it seems fairly linear. What do you think? Player choices reflect character rather than changing the plot to make a linear story feel personal. Both paths lead to the library in the book. You can add a decision point inside the riskier path that emphasizes the tension without breaking a linear. Final dig. Karen be a passive victim gives the player a choice on how she responds. Oh, just a knife. Proud silence. Karen says nothing. I can Violet even angrier. Text. Okay. Okay. Okay, I like this final dig idea. I might explore it further and even try to find some way to give more info to the player. Not that they can do anything with it, it's just giving more lore or background or whatever. If they take this here. Yeah. Anyways, my time is up tonight. Go ahead to bed, and thanks for the help. Okay. Hello, thanks. And you too. If I know you won't have a good or a bad night but just saying. Okay. Uh, let's just close this. That's okay. All right, so I'm gonna say this is about it for tonight. So thanks for watching, or thanks for watching my VODs. Oh, I need to do my real quick recording here. Start recording. Okay. Today is Friday, April 3rd, 2026, and it's almost midnight, and I just did a quick 1 hour bonus session where mostly used well, I partly used Gemini to help me, but I basically renamed a couple of I renamed these pages. So last so be all that you can be. That's the one dealing with my school, the best laid plans, and of course, you know, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. I think is the saying now. Um, but it's like the best laid plans of bats and women instead of mice and men. And but of course, the best laid plans is the actual name here. And then Karen Tourist Princess was the same as it was. I left that because that fits. I changed. Okay, Fairy God Rescue is not even Fairy God Rescue. It's not a rescue. It's the trapped. The princess is trapped in her book, and the count is trapped in the bag about being to be thrown in the incinerator. And then this one is Lost in a Good Book is the last one and that's where the count actually finds out what happens to these vacation princesses. And that's what I did today. Okay, and so thanks everybody, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching part 3 bonus.